actually excited today. So this is going to be kind of a gushing session of two books that I read in September. These were both 5 stars, and I'm really excited. My year with reading has been like three. Like I've had maybe 3 or 4, counting this, 5-star books, and then most of my books that I've been reading are like 3 and below. So it was really exciting to kind of end this month with a 5-star because I just finished one book today and it is September 30th. But it's also, a genre that I don't really particularly lean towards. I have read some books, but I wouldn't say I'm like a big, huge fan of this genre. And then and they're both series. So they're both new series. They both have 5-star first books, and I'm really excited to continue. If you've seen my updates about Magical Readathon, you'll probably recognize this first one. Assassination's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I loved this book. I didn't know if I would or not with the fact that Fitz was so young and everything, but his mentors, I like amazing characters. Amazing character work. Makes me kind of miss, I think this is 1990s fantasy, which is kind of when George R. R. Martin, 1995. Yeah, this was first written in 1995. I think Game of Thrones was written close to the same time period. I think it might have been 1993. I might have been born by the time that Game of Thrones was thought of. But this really reminds me of how I felt like when I was first experiencing Game of Thrones. It has the political intrigue. It has the good character work. The setting wasn't over-explained. And I was in it, and the magic was good. It's a very low magic, which it's a little bit higher than if you were reading like a Game of Thrones. Like the magic is there, and it's a lot more prominent in this than it is in Game of Thrones. I would probably this is not even close to the Wheel of Time either, because Wheel of Time really is, they do a lot of magic. So this is kind of in between like a Game of Thrones, and like a Wheel of Time written in the 90s. I was born in 93, so I didn't really get to experience all this stuff when it was coming out, and it's great. I'm really enjoying my time with it. I would say out of the 3 series I've started, like Game of Thrones is still on the top. I'm just biased. It's probably always gonna be. And then I would put this in second, and then probably Wheel of Time third, with like books like written kind of in that 80s, 90s range. But yeah, I really miss fantasy like this. I hate to be like, they don't write it like they used to, but they don't write it like they used to. I haven't enjoyed a lot of things I've been reading recently between like 2023 and 2024, and I think a lot of it's to do with, I would hate to say we are having an editing crisis or something, but I just feel like books are way, way too long and they're just not being edited. But this was great. This is a 400-page book, and I was not wanting to put it down for a single page. And it is slow. Like, if you, like, don't, like, you want action, this is not really this is not the book for you. I don't know if the series gets a lot more action-packed, but this first book, there was a little action here and there, but for the most part, it was mostly, like, character development, Fitz learning his power, Fitz learning how to become an assassin, which was really interesting. There was a lot of dialogue that I thought was interesting from, I don't remember if I know his name. I don't remember his name, the assassin that teaches him, but like his dialogue was really interesting. Like this was just so good. Like I said, this is just a gushing session. I loved it so much. And then I read A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. I know she wrote another series. I haven't read it. I'm not a big fantasy romance girly. Like, if there's even a hint of it might be fantasy romance, I usually dodge it like the plague. I've just recently picked up some of it because it's like really big on YouTube right now, and I'm like, this is Vikings. I love Vikings. Like, I guess you can set anything in Vikings and I'll eat it up. Because I ate this book up, guys. It was so good. And I mean, it did help that I had to finish it within a certain time frame to finish my magical readathon, which I did. This was my last book and I finished it. But this is what I feel like this is very light fantasy romance. Like, the steamy scenes don't even start until like page like 200. Like, there is a lot of like, this guy has to get her trust before she'll even let him that far. And I loved it. I loved Farrah so much in this book. Like, she wants to be a warrior and she's not gonna stop. And she kind of, I mean, has to slow down. Like, there's something that happens towards the end of this book, but like, she's just an amazing character. And her partner, oh, what is his name? Bajarn? Yeah. Oh my goodness, I loved him. Like, I just, you know, like, I don't think he was too demeaning. Like, I don't think he was too forceful or anything with her. He just let her be, and you know, they really made a really good couple. Yeah, this was just good. And I liked that we still had the political intrigue like you would in a regular fantasy novel. That was the important thing that I got through this whole book, was even if the romance wasn't great, the magical element that she's an Iron Maiden? Shield Maiden. She's a Shield Maiden, and there's still like high discussion. Like, she gets into this marriage that she doesn't want, so she fights her way out, and then she gets with somebody else, and then she's trying to hide this power that she's a Shield Maiden, because that's not good. So that's what this book is about. And it's just so good. It really is good. If you're somebody that's looking for fantasy romance, you keep on hearing, oh, fantasy romance is like the best thing ever, and you're on TikTok constantly, and you're just like, okay, these books aren't doing it for me. Try this one. Try A Fading Inked in Blood. Like, it's so much lighter, comparable to Sarah J. Maas. Sarah J. Maas is like full fantasy romance. They're fairies, but that doesn't really matter. Where this actually, like, my only problems, I think, with this book is, like, the Viking part of it, to me, is not extremely correct, because they would have not had such a big deal with her fighting, especially towards the beginning of the book, because that was something that the Vikings were like, women and men were pretty equal when it comes to, like, who's ruling, and like, they taught girls as much as they taught boys how to fight. So that part kind of bugged me a little bit. And she was always talking about, like, I guess she has some stomach problem or something, because that was like a trope that this author just like wrote constantly, was like, oh, my tummy's upset. Like, that part didn't really, that didn't translate very well, guys. But yeah, I loved this book. I would definitely highly suggest it. Anyways, I just came on to do kind of a quickie, kind of gush video about the 2 books that I gave 5 stars. Otherwise, I I have a lot of book contact coming because I finished the Magical Readathon. I was very successful. I finished all the books. So you're getting a book of the a couple updates for Magical Readathon are coming out. I have a book of the month update coming out for you and a Luma crate. So I have a lot of book content coming up, and then I'm participating in Becca's Bookopoly. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books for that. So yeah, I'm gonna probably have some. I'm gonna probably be have a little heavier on the book content. I do want to get my Urza video out. I think I might even get. I might try to just like get through all the women of Fairy Tale. There's not too many I really want to talk about in heavy detail. I already did my debut of Fairy Tale was with the love sickness trope, and I talked about Juvia and Boa in that one. But otherwise, I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I hope to see you real soon in another video. Please like and subscribe if you wanna. And then if you've read either of these two books and you have suggestions, I would love to have some suggestions on books that are kind of a little bit more towards this sector. I'm hoping soon here. My goal is to at least read one more Wheel of Time book, and then I might get a video out about how I felt about the first. I read New Spring out of order. So I have New Spring up to the Fires of Heaven. I might do a video about just how I feel about those 5 books so far. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to get done with a little bit more, but we are getting towards the end of the year. It is my 5-year anniversary with my boyfriend, so I'm probably not gonna overdo it this month. Then my birthday's next month, and then December's always hectic for everybody. So we'll see what happens. I have a lot of videos already pre-recorded, so I'm hoping to get some of that stuff done. All right. Well, you guys have a good one. Bye.